Video number 2. Started the timer again. Plans for the future. Plans for the future. And I'm a little annoyed. Well, I'm a little annoyed. I try not to give too much attention to my feeling of rage towards, life, the universe, and everything, which is ridiculous. I mean, who am I angry at? I'm angry at cancerous tumor. I'm angry at God. I'm just angry about. I'm not angry at. Do you know what that means? I'm angry about the fact that my life got put on hold to such a degree. I had finally come up with a really good idea how to solve my problem of not wanting to live where I live anymore and not having the money to live anywhere else. I mean, it's not the house, it's the neighborhood, but it's also the city, but it's also the province, but it's also the climate. It's all of the above, because the climate is too cold. The city used to be a very warm place. There used to be a lot of really helpful people, but everybody's agreed. I've asked a few people, and they've agreed with me that the tone of the city has changed. Somehow it's gotten more selfish. Most folks think it's the arrival of strangers from other places taking advantage of the oil boom. And maybe it is. But then on the other hand, it sounds like maybe that coldness has spread across our first world culture as a result of socializing this way instead of, socializing that way instead of socializing in person. When socializing like this, I don't need to go find a friend to talk to if I could sit here and talk to a million friends on YouTube. Okay. I am so far from 1 million subscribers. Or 1 million views on anything. I'm not sure if anyone will view these at all. And that's okay, because it really feels fun to make them. Makes me feel like I'm not just a lonely woman in a house. So my plans were to buy a school bus. Well, it started with a tiny house, and I started doing my research and discovered that the trailer alone for a tiny house is ridiculously expensive, and then you need something to pull the tiny house. So even if you build it all yourself out of scraps, you're still spending a fortune on the trailer, which has to be decent quality, and the truck. Plus, I didn't want to be in a situation where I rented a backyard for 5 or 10 years and just found an affordable way to live in one place. I actually want to go mobile. I'm sick and tired of being in one place. My entire life, I felt like I should be somebody who travels and moves around. I never wanted to be stable in one place. It seems boring. And it is. And on the other hand, when I bought this house, I did have the idea that it would be nice to be able to stay put, to have some security. And it's been nice, and I've watched trees grow, and I've planted things, and I've gotten to know the environment. And if the neighborhood was more amenable and the climate was more amenable, I would be able to stay put. I do like this yard, I do like this house, but 40 below is just too cold. And my neighborhood is where everybody you don't want to live next to winds up landing. The most affordable neighborhood in town, right? So I've got a lot of very cold and distant neighbors. I've got 2 neighbors I'm socialized with, and one I never see because he doesn't, I don't know, it's just not, it just doesn't work out. And the other one, we keep in touch and we help each other out. A couple of old ladies. And her husband recently died. 5 minutes and 50 seconds. And I've got, sorry, moisture I don't want. Isn't that lovely in the video? But I'm not doing editing, so I'm not up to that level of skill where I'm editing out something. So it was good. The tiny house idea, too expensive. And then I discovered that school buses not only are a wreck when aren't a wreck when the school district lets them go, but they go really cheap. So I started stashing money because we're lousy at keeping savings. When the savings account is sitting there and the total is sitting there, all of a sudden it becomes a handy solution to every expensive problem you have. Even expensive problems you don't yet have but are anticipating having, such as, we really ought to do this to this. to prevent that in the future, and it's going to wipe out your savings. Or maybe it doesn't wipe out your savings. Maybe it's only 20%, but you do it 5 times. That's the end of your savings account. And that's what happened to any savings account we tried. So instead I was stashing. By stashing and keeping it out of conscious, thoughtful memory, I can avoid that problem of us using it as a fallback for every stupid little problem. You know, the dog's got to go to the vet, the car's got to go to the shop, whatever it is. And so been stashing cash to buy a bus, and I'm trying to think. 4 minutes to go. I was going to buy a bus, and if my marriage didn't turn into a respectful, loving, uplifting, helpful partnership as opposed to constant battle between egos, then I was going to move my favorite things into the bus and just drive away. One of the problems is one of my favorite things is my smart car, and it can be loaded into a bus, but not as the bus comes. I mean, you can't squeeze it through the little door, so you've got to enlarge the door, and you can't fly it up and in. You can't pick it up with a forklift, so you've got to make ramps. So it wasn't going to be as easy as just move in my stuff and go. But I've been trying to lead Mr. along on the plan. I'd like him to come. It's nice to have company. He's capable of being good company. It's nice to have help. He's very good at that. Oh, he's very helpful. And in the last year, he's been doing everything. He really stepped up this one. He stopped being rude with me most of the time. Stopped venting his anger all over the house most of the time. I have better leverage when I tell him, Dan, stop yelling and breathe. He started listening a little bit. I guess he realized he could lose me in a way that was very real if he didn't reduce the amount of stress he put me under. So he's been really good, and I'm really hopeful that he gets to come with me. There still is the possibility that I'll drive off without him, and he'll have to go rent a place because I'm selling this house and using the money to finance our future. Whether I split it in half and he walks, or we share it and use it to upgrade things in the bus. So the plan is right now, as soon as my fitness allows, is to, I got to clean out the pond in the backyard. There's a lot of rocks to move and a hole to fill, and a lot of physical work involved in moving that around. Park the bus in the backyard, build the smart car toy hauler on the back of it, and then move in the furniture, fix up the inside, move in the furniture. The outside's got to be painted. Just get it so that it's basically ready with extension cords for electricity and jugs of water for plumbing and a composting toilet, and just leave it at that. Move in, sell the house, live in it for a while in the backyard while staging the house for sale. And then use the money from the house to upgrade our lives to make it more amenable as we drive out west. And the further west we go towards BC, the better the stores get and the better the shopping opportunities get, especially for our RV type stuff. So it makes sense too to wait with installing any fancy stuff like nice wood stoves or solar panels until we get out to the coast where there's a lot more of that stuff. Look, the time is done. So that's the plan, is to move into the bus. I plan to give away free lessons in many types of art, and I'm thinking of also giving away free housekeeping to harried mothers and old ladies and bachelors and anybody who needs it, really. And Dan can earn money flooring installing. And so we could just drive around the coast, parking where we can park, camping when we can camp, and enjoy a new lifestyle. And the parrot can come with us, the dog can come with us, we can even get another dog. And my time's up.